What's up, guys? This is Adam the Bee's Knees, and today we are in NPL uh, round, I guess it's called Sweet 16, where we will be facing off against, drumroll, Monotooi, hooray, of the GBA. Very, very good battle. If he wins, I believe it was 3-0 in his division, or yeah, 3-0. I would show you some stats, but it might reveal the outcome of this battle and others, so I don't want to do that. But his team is also very good. He has probably the biggest downfall to my team in the form of Nidoqueen. Victini and Mega Aggron and Bulu are already obnoxious to play around. Aloe Momola is disgusting. I don't believe he'll bring Sneasel or Beware. Of course, Sneasel can have the Eye Sharp for Zygarde, but I do have E-Speed, so I don't know. And there's Zapdos. So the team I decided to bring was a bulky Blastoise here. This guy was designed to take on certain Victini sets a little bit. Definitely dealt with the Sneasel. I had Toxic for the Aloe. Spin because I brought Volcarona. Ice Beam hits Zapdos, and Scald hits everything else. Zapdos and Pavabulu. Then we brought Volk, so I decided to bring Volcarona this week because it really can do a lot if I set up. Not much can stop it. Hopefully we can set it up against a Aloe with sub. I don't have Giga Drain. I don't think I need it because Quiver and Flamethrower hit everything. I do have leftovers on this set just because Quiver and Sub. I had Fire EMZ or Bug EMZ before, but I was like, I'd rather heal because I don't have Roost on the set. Up next we have Terrakion, lead set, taunt set to stop rocks from going up on my field. Stone Edge, Earthquake, very nice moves there. We have the standard fairly speedy Tomahawk, I think designed to outspeed Nidoqueen. U-turn, Flamethrower, Surf, and Ice Beam all around great coverage moves. We have AV Tangrowth designed to actually live a Life Orb modest Sludge Wave from Nidoqueen with Giga Drain, Knockoff, EQ. Sludge Bomb, of course, a V-Crit will kill me. And then the final Pokemon I think will win the game. Zygarde here. It is the Yachi Berry set, so you can come in on Zapdos and block a Volt Switch and take an HPI. Theoretically, I wouldn't switch it in on Zapdos that much, but you know. Max attack because I don't need the only amount of speed I need actually is to outspeed Victini, which ironically, if you're 15 points higher in speed, you can just run max and outspeed the Jolly or timid version of the 15 point lower. So there you go. Sludge Wave to hit Tapu Bulu. It definitely 2-hit KOs pretty much any variant, and then Dragon Dance as the last move. Don't think I'm going to click Dragon Dance because he has all these threatening mods, and I'd rather not get scalded from Aloe. So let's hop to the battle right here. He brought pretty much the threats, the quartet of threats. Let's turn music off. So let's start this game. I'm going to lead off with Terrakion. Try to get my rocks up here. I am sashed, so I believe I do get up my rocks here. I know Victini can't knock me out in one hit. Actually, I could go for the Earthquake because if he V-created or whatever, I can hurt him really badly. I do predict in Toxic because Blastoise is a very nice switch-in, or Tangrowth, which I do into Tangrowth here. He predicts that quite nicely. I should have... okay. I really should have stayed in there and clicked Earthquake or Knockoff at the very least, because there was my gut feeling said that he wouldn't Sludge Wave, and I could live one, avoid a crit of course. But I think Savali's a nice safe middle ground play, designed to deal with this thing. But he does reveal Toxic Spikes, which is super annoying. I have to spin those before he gets double up, and I go into Blastoise to do that roll. And I'm actually going to go for the Rapid Spin here as he goes into his Blastoise. So he is pressure, so he's not static, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to go into Zygarde here and predict the Thunderbolt. Now, this next turn, I would say really turns the battle to where it's gonna end, because I absorb the Thunderbolt and I go for 1,000 arrows. It does so much damage, it's gonna die in the next hit. And the HP ices, I take that, it's a critical hit and I die. Now, the reason this is so bad is because Zapdos dies if he stayed in. His only switch into 1,000 arrows is Tapu Bulu, and based on the damage I could Sludge Wave it, potentially knock it out, or I would switch. And his other only switch into this thing is Alomomola, and at this time I do have Blastoise fairly healthy and I have Tangrowth at full health. Although it does have Toxic, even with like grassy terrain or whatever, I could still do a decent amount of Aloe and still have Zygarde in the back to deal with the Aggron, the Victini, the Nidoqueen, and the Zapdos. And Victini's not Scarfed in this game, so I don't believe it is. I think it's Evilt. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's not Scarfed. So getting rid of Zygarde here really blows, because the crit 100% mattered. It probably did like, I'd say like 60-70%. So I'm a little triggered at this point, but I'm going to get up my Stealth Rocks here as he switches. I don't want to take a Scald Burn, so I'm going to go into Tangrowth. He misses Toxic. It really doesn't matter. He can Toxic me again. And I'm just going to click Knock Off here. And to see if he does get the Toxic off, so this really didn't mean much. He has Leftovers. I predicted, I believe, Nidoqueen to come in. As I'm going to go into Volcarona here. And this is another... Actually, no, not here. What I am going to do is go for the sub here. And what this actually reveals is he's probably not banded, because he goes for Zen Headbutt here. And I feel like he wouldn't be banded with Zen Headbutt, and I think he actually has U-Turn too, so this might prove it. Or yeah. So he kills Blastoise here, which kind of sucks, so it's really bad if he gets Rocks Up, but not Scarfed. So my point with Zygarde very much stands here. So I do have Sash, and I scare this thing out. And another thing that would have really helped me this match is if this was an SD Terrakion. I'm pretty sure I won the game. I won the game if it was SD Terrakion. The only thing that would prevent this thing from winning. Actually, no. It doesn't guarantee anything because of the Bulu set. But regardless, Bulu can live probably a Stun Edge, so that's true. But the Bulu is actually Choice Scarf. So now, I don't think I would have stayed in with Zygarde there, but on the Bulu if he came in. But, you know, Scarf Bulu, it could have done some things bad for me. So the waterfall reveal is awful, because what that means is I can't sub on this thing. Very, very smart bring on Monotooi's part. To bring waterfall, just because it breaks sub, unless I was, I guess, super bulky, and Alomamola's attack is 80, where its special attack is like 40 or something. But I can't sub. I have to just, I think I just click Bug Buzz. No, I switch. Okay, I go into Tangrowth here because he's going to click Waterfall again. And I just have to predict what he's going to go into. And I think I Giga Drain here. It's a middle ground play, especially if Nidoqueen comes in, and, you know, Victini does take Stealth Rocks. So it does prevent Rocks from leaving, but I think he's going to get Rocks up here, so I have to go hard into Volcarona, and I'm just going to fire off a Fire move, do as much as I can, and he takes me out with Heavy Slam, and he gets the burn, which is whatever, no big deal. I am going to take this thing out, I believe, with Flamethrower, so down goes Mega Aggron. Now, the problem now is, and you know, this is more of my fault too. Alomomola is hard to deal with. Tangrowth can kind of deal with it, but Tangrowth's toxic, so I have to keep switching between Pokemon. And Terrakion can hit it decently hard with Stone Edge, and Savali can't do anything. So that's a little annoying. And I only have Tangrowth for this switch in. And this actually, I believe it's Adamant Scarf damage, because he is Choice Scarfed. I could be completely wrong, but I'm both pretty positive he's Choice Scarfed. So I go for the Sludge Bomb here, Should have went for the earthquake, but if he hit me with another wood hammer, I died. I mean, he would die if I went for sludge bomb, but you know. And look how much that did. Absolutely zero. Very impressed with that. Good job, Savali. Um, so I had the ice beam. I really wish I had T-bolt. I believe that was recommended, and it was just like a quick thing that I didn't pay that much attention to coming in, and I really should have reflected back before the game started, but oh well. I think I get him on this switch. No. I go for the knockoff here, and I was like, I there's no way he's. I thought he was gonna click Earth Power, but he is. I should have stayed in. Okay, I did. I stay in at one point. I don't know. This battle was a while ago. But I'm gonna U-turn here because this is a bad cycle that I need to get out of. This wish repeat. And Tengrowth can get out of it if I predict right. And this is the turn I go for Giga Drain here. Now do I stay in? Yeah. Okay, so I predict Earth Power and I just fire off an Earthquake. It does a lot. I can't let this thing get wished up again. That would suck. But I'm gonna go into my thing and sack it off with 2 Sludge. No. I outspeed technically, so I'm just gonna go for the U-turn here. Or I go for the Ice Beam. Probably could have U-turned to try to get out of that cycle, and I do now because he is gonna wish. I have to just hit a move that this thing goes. But he goes for Waterfall. I guess fine play. He thought I might have just sacked it off. And I'm going to click Earthquake here and knock out Victini. So that was a pretty good play. But there is one looming problem. And now that I only have 2 Pokemon left, Alomomola is increasingly hard to deal with. He's going to go into his Tapu. And I believe, is this where he reveals? Yep. So he's Choice Scarfed. That does a ridiculous amount of damage. I die. And I can take one and kill him off, and I do kill him with the Sludge Bomb here. Now, it's kind of nice. Grassy terrain is up, so my Giga Drains are doing significantly more damage. He's going to protect here. I don't blame him. Easy way to win here. And it really kind of all depends on this turn of Giga Drain damage. And it does a lot, but with the leftovers, with the Grassy terrain and the Wish, it's not going to actually be enough to where I can take him out, especially with the Protect blowing through the remaining Grassy terrain turns. So, reflecting back on this battle, and this is the battle where I get out of the NPL minors. I should have brought T-Bolt onto Valley. I should have made a little bit more ballsier plays with the Tangrowth. The crit really did suck. And, I think that's it. I think Mono played a great game. He played a little bit more risky at the end, switching in Victini or whatever. I think Tapu Bulu and Aloe were fantastic sets to run. Nidoqueen, I don't feel like Toxic Spikes did all that much. But, Mega Aggron was there, of course, for Lele, because Lele is such a threat. Looking back, Lele Brain would have been kind of smart, but he did have a lot of resist to come in on both stabs. Victini, probably a bulkier set, now that I think about it, because it would resist both stabs, and Zen Headbutt would take advantage, of course. But I do not know if Monotooi moves on again after he defeats his next opponent, which I think he does, but I could be very wrong. If I lose, I'd love to say I lost to the best. And I do think Monotooi is the best, or not the best, but one of the better players. He's better than me, I would definitely say. He's a fantastic guy. We scheduled this and made it happen. Very smooth on his part. So thank you for that. It was pretty cool battling a GBA guy, I'm not gonna lie. So this is our NPL end journey. I would love to make it through. They go by a point system, so I personally believe I've earned the maximum amount of points that I can. If you're gonna move on, of course, you have those opportunities, but I'm gonna get this thing uploaded pretty quick. But yeah, great game. You know, Zygarde crit really sucked. I'm not saying I won because of that, because Lulu was scarfed. I would never have seen that coming. It could have just knocked me out there. I don't think I would have stayed in, but I don't know. Because Sludge Wave is kind of weird damage. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. This is Adam the Bee's Knees, and I'm signing off. This will be the final tournament NPL video until perhaps we get into the minors. Hopefully, fingers crossed. If we don't, it's not the end of the world. And we always have the other NPL, right? So yeah, this is Adam the Bee's Knees, and I'll be signing off.